Hi Taurus, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website addressed below. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So a happy damn birthday to you, a happy solar return to you. If you have your solar return happening this week, remember to fill that day with a little bit of everything that you want the whole year to house for you. So with that said, I did this spread for Aries because the Temperance card came up. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to do this for everybody because I felt like it needed to be done and I liked the way that it flowed. So Temperance represents when you are trying to align different things, when you're trying to align your own spirit with somebody else, maybe a Freudian slip there, with something else. And sometimes it can see what you are balancing or what the differing aspects are that are coming through. What are the things that are, you know, maybe even disparate things that you are trying to bring into balance, that you are trying to align with or trying to get to align with each other. So with that said, this is the Temperant run spread. Let's have a look. See, on one side you have the Queen of Pentacles, so an aspect of you, right? This is you yourself, but it's also about how you, because your Queen of Pentacles is would be a, you know, usually an earth sign person, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Now the Queen of Pentacles is about getting the most out of what you have. This is, I'm taking this, whether you're a man or a woman watching this, I'm taking this as an archetype or an aspect of you yourself, Taurus. And what this kind of says to me is that there is a part of you yourself, that you are trying to balance with something else in your life. What this usually means is that you're focused on yourself. You're thinking, and this isn't about being selfish. This is about being self-serving in some way, right? This is about you looking at, okay, how do I elevate myself? What are my skills? How do I get the most out of what I am, who I am, what my skills are? How do I put the most into those things? And it's interesting because you've got currently your ruler, Venus, is in the sign of Gemini, the sign of skills. So this is really, could be a week where you're asking yourself on a really deep level, what are my gifts? What are my skills? What is it that I offer the world that is unique to who I am? Sorry, you have to forgive me, my allergies are just ridiculous right now. So on the other side, what is it that you are balancing this with? The Queen of Swords. Wow. All right. So the Queen of Swords, usually an air sign person, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Now, this is really interesting, right? Because at the moment, we've currently got Uranus in Uranus is currently, yes, Uranus is in Taurus, and we've got that kind of squaring off with Mars, which is in Aquarius. So Aquarius and Taurus, you know, this is one of the reasons they can kind of clash sometimes, because they're both fixed energies, so both very stubborn, but on the other end of that, they're both very differing elements. You know, air and earth are totally different. So your Queen of Swords is about what you're willing to fight for, what you're willing to go to war for, what it is that you are ready, willing and able to stand your ground and speak your mind over. And it does look like, in some respect, you are really looking at your own skills. How do I get the most out of myself? How do I put myself out there in some way that is going to speak to who I truly am, what I'm truly capable of, and, you know, put myself in the best light? But on the other side of this, you've got the Queen of Swords, which suggests that there is a part of you that may be feeling at the moment that you are either having some sort of unfair treatment, maybe you are not being honored in the way that you would like to be, maybe you're not being seen in the way that you would like to be. And it's kind of like I almost feel like you're biting your tongue this week, because there's a part of you that's like, look, you know what, I could just go to town and start spouting off, or I can think about this and sort of act strategically. That is probably your best path forward, but it does look like you're balancing your practical, tangible needs with your thoughts and your, you know, and your intellect. It's kind of like you're saying to yourself, you know what, I know what I want, I know what I deserve, but how I get there, I'm going to have to think about this. It's almost like you're saying to yourself, you know, I need to be smart about what it is that I'm doing and ultimately how I show up. For your direction card, Okay, how is this working out for you, or what can you do alongside it? You got the King of Pentacles, which, if you haven't seen the weekly general, please check it out. Really interesting, because this kind of says that you have your finger on the pulse. We are, after all, in Taurus season, so this is your time of year. Use it wisely, right? Because when the sun is in your sign, it means that it's putting a spotlight on you. The sun has traveled the entire zodiac, gaining knowledge, information, understanding, and it now can start to disseminate it within your life, right? This is where you could start to see big movements made. Now, because it is the King of Pentacles, this is about money, it's about finances, it's about your profession, but it's about the practical application of what it is that you do. This is how it actually looks on the ground, how you really show up, what what you can see, what you can measure, what can be quantified. These are the things that are going to be paid attention to over the course of this week. And your direction card is basically saying, this week, Taurus, you need to learn how to blow your own trumpet. And this isn't about being self-centered and conceited or anything like that. It's just about being able to acknowledge how good you are at what it is that you do. About being known to be good at what you do. And then finally, for your insight card, what is welcoming its way in for you? This week you have the Two of Cups. So relationships, partnerships, building things, connecting with people, network your butt off. There is a spotlight on you. You are being called upon in some way, shape or form. And here with the Two of Cups, this is about fostering the right kind of relationships, the right kind of connections that are going to help you move forward, that are going to help something evolve in your life. Really, this is a great week to reach out to people. If people reach out to you, it's time for you to really start considering, right, okay, how can these connections that I have be mutually beneficial? That's the other thing as well. Your Queen of Swords, very, very much linked to Libra, which is your kind of, brother, sister sign, because you're both ruled by Venus. So this can be an interesting week for you guys, and it does look like somebody in a position of power is either connecting with you, calling on you, or maybe even advocating for you. This could be somebody that really champions you. Whatever it is or whoever it is, remember, this is a time for you to network, and it's a time for you to allow yourself to really shine. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.